gonna be honest, it's been a few days. I have no idea where the fuck we were. I have, very unsurprisingly, lost all memory of this game. It's almost as though it's, not memorable. I am now remembering, we killed Troy, and we're now off to, the Necrodefeo, I think. Yeah. Where is Tannis again? Oh, okay. That's not working then.
Oh, good. Nonsense.
A minute in and I think I've broken it. I'm not sure how I did that. Like sometimes, you know what I mean, you can sort of tell why a game broke, you know, maybe I shouldn't have stacked those things in Brotato that give me, you know, like 50 of each item for free. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. But that was just like, yeah, I have no idea what happened there.
Disappeared on his expedition to the Iridian homeworld decades ago. Seems he found it after all. Tyrene said the destroyer would be free soon. It'll rip the planet apart from the inside. If Typhon de Leon knows how to save Pandora, we have to find him. Thought I'd say this, killer, but set a course for Necrodefeo.
I think when I first played this game, you know, it's not the most amazing. You know, I mean, it's not the most unpredictable story. I'm fairly sure that line about disappearing 2 decades ago or something, and I said, I swear to God, if it turns out that Typhon is their father, I will uninstall this game. Which, you know, technically I did. I just took another like 2 or 3 hours after I correctly predicted that. It was just something like that.
For all this time. Since waiting around. Get down there, Vault Hunter. Find Typhon de Leon.
Drop pod's all set. You be careful down there.
Actually, no, I think it was the I think that was like a like that clued me in into it. Ooh, do I want any of these? Not really. Not really. I'll take the shotgun one though. We definitely want to change away from the fastball. I'm going to change that for the Unforgiven. I have no idea what it does, but I think it's good. Yeah, I think it was that one line and the I don't know if it's a reveal, but the as soon as it loads in.
Leon's echo frequency and sending the coordinates to you. This is all quite overwhelming. First Pandora was a vault the entire time, now we've located the Iridian homeworld. You're about
I
to
missed a
type
bit.
into Leon
There we go.
Flex. If you'll excuse
That's the
me,
worst part about this.
take a power nap in my Saurian.
Like this new map system is just missing that one single tiny bit. But yeah, it was the combination of the specifically
Malawans in the neighborhood
decades ago
dead.
and that.
Yet.
How could Malawan have known about Necrotafeo? Stay sharp, killer.
Because I mean,
Of course we will get.
it was Malawan, wasn't it? The
I didn't warn you. Are you see? Open your bloody eyes.
Christ, the one-liners. Shut up, Zane, just for a minute. It was Malawan on the Atlas planet. You know, it's like has been shown that Tyreen is working with Malawan, and why would you do that? What's the point in those? What? But yeah, no, we know that Tyreen has been working with Malawan and all that stuff. It's like,
Looks like the local fauna didn't appreciate Malawan setting up camp. Clear him out, killer. We have to find a Leon.
you know, especially setting. You know, it's just the language. It is kind of setting it up, and you know, maybe it's because I had, you know, as I say, I was talking with the person that I originally played Borderlands 2 with. Maybe it's because I was talking with him, and it's like, oh yeah, isn't it a bit funny how, you know, blah blah blah. I bet it turns out that, you know, they're related in some way, or that Typhon caused it, and something like that. And it's like, I mean, spoilers, but it's a bit late to say that now.
Hey, VH. Looks like Malawan tried to set up a catch ride before they got A. You might be able to reroute power from that force field. Woo! A catch a ride on the legendary planet of Necrotafeo. How about that? Now you can ride to Mr. DeLeon in style.
I don't know,
And I wait.
a lot of the characters in this game,
You know, Typhon DeLeon was the reason I became an Iridian researcher. If anyone knows how to save the universe, it's him.
I don't know, maybe it's, just bias, very well could be. But I don't know, they just don't feel as charismatic as any from 2. It could just be that because I don't like the writing in this game, that is just biasing me against that. You know, just making me biased against the.
How the Calypsos knew about the destroyer being imprisoned inside Pandora. That was their goal all along. Should Tyreen leech the destroyer? Well, you are what you eat.
But like Ellie, she just doesn't feel the same as Scooter did. Plus, also, once again, having the map literally show that this is a fake wall already. You know, wow. That was just entirely, well, no, I guess it's world building, but still, you know what I mean.
DeLeon has charged me with greetings. So, greetings.
I tell you to cheer up, but honestly, it seems like this might be the most cheerful you get.
Hey, Vault Hunter. I'm Sparrow. Typhon asked me to show you around.
Sparrow, what the hell? Typhon says the universe is in danger. We don't have time for a tour.
Go to hell, Grouse. Tour time! FYI, I did all the...
Thank you.
What took you so long, Cult Hunter? We got a universe to save.
We already saw that he was short and fat in the opening thing, so this is a very good reveal.
Glad you made it. Bet it was a schlep. Here's a little something for making the trip.
Zane, it's a white.
Well, it runs on iridium.
I wish that was coded to give you a legendary. Just any random one.
This way.
Or at least a purple, because it's
Pops, I'm taking the Vault Hunter to the machine. Don't
just not very good.
Otherwise,
Now's our chance to prove our worth.
This is literally just a thingy log.
This laser whip's been handy. Helps me keep up in my sundown years. Plus, whips are great. Lasers too.
That was probably a sex joke, but I didn't hear it.
By now you figured out Pandora's a planet-sized vault. Iridians called it the Great Vault or something. A long time ago, they crammed an interdimensional monstrosity in there called the Destroyer. Wasn't easy, but they did it. The Iridians sacrificed their whole civilization to lock that thing away. But they were smart, those aliens. The Iridians had a backup plan, just in case someone was mature enough to release the Destroyer.
if that happens, well, they named it the Destroyer for a reason. Malawan set up a buttload of bases between us and the Vault. This is exactly why I tried to keep Negra the Fail's secret in the first place.
But I get that bird's out of its cage. You gotta get the last key. I hid it near the vault. There's a bridge that leads to the vault side. Head there, and good luck with Malawan.
Sorry, why am I just leaving the things with him? This person... Oh, that's cool. I never noticed you could do that before. Even if it is terrible. We don't know who this person is, realistically. We don't know if it's trustworthy. He looks nothing like what we were expecting. We've literally been catfished. This is not the person that we were expecting. We have left 3... Jesus Christ, what was going on there? Sorry, my accuracy thing bugged out for shit. For a second there, I don't know if you saw it, it was like pinpoint accurate. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, it's just like...
I'll bet when you
Why are we leaving these vault keys with him?
This guy, ha! People have been underestimating me my whole life. But like I always say, heroes come in all shapes and sizes. Anyway, keep heading towards the bridge. I'm gonna check in with your people and let them know what's up.
Hey, just got a rambling message from Typhon de Leon. Something about a machine and another vault key. He seems to like you. Do us proud, killer.
Sorry, I was waiting for that. I don't know if we're going the right way, but I think that this is probably the most visually interesting planet out of all of them. At least in the base game. Sorry, I'm not super familiar with the DLC ones. I am somewhat, I've done them once or twice. I remember the Hammerlock DLC. Mostly just because it was like I forget what it was. What are you? Okay, no idea. Yeah, the Hammerlock. Okay, that could be an issue with my graphics card. I fully admit. Yeah, because the end boss of that was really strong, and I forget what it was you got from it, but there was something insanely powerful you could get from that boss, and so it was just like, farm this boss, become overpowered, essentially. So, you know, a lot like the, Jesus. A lot like the OPQ system. I will say that I said this when the game first came out. The vehicle thing is such a missed opportunity. Like, you could have done so much more with it. You know, you could have had like a loot system where only vehicle enemies drop the vehicle loot, stuff like that. You know, I mean, imagine if there was a loot system Yeah, imagine if they had a unique loot system just for vehicles. That, you know, only vehicles drop them and they give you like actual boosts to vehicles, like stat boosts, they make them stronger, stuff like that. And like have you know, legendary ones that actually give like massive bonuses and unique stuff. Whereas now it just kind of like, do you want this weapon or this other one? And there's, you know, there's differences between them obviously, but you know, it's no legendary class mod or anything. It's not going to drastically change the game, which is you know, it's a looter shooter. That's the entire genre of this game, and they decided not to add loot into the things that you shoot. I also remember this part being like really easy, where it summons like a. Did they change it? I could have sworn I remember that those things got like massively hyped up. It's like, oh, this will stop you, blah blah blah, and then they just die that easy. I will say I am enjoying this weapon, just because of how unique it is. You know, it's complex enough to not just be, you know, M1 to win. You know, I don't know if rewarding is the right word, but you know, it feels good to use.
Sure are a lot of mellow ones here. How's that your packing
Why is he saying that like he's surprised?
Holy granola, what a battle! You're amazing!
Yeah, I think it was voice lines like that where it's like there were two people there.
Ha! Take that, you putzes!
Holy shit, a reload speed though.
See how you square up against my elites.
Yeah, these guys. And I remember them, you know. Just doing that.
Back in my day, the thugs would shut down a force field instead of jumping over it. Looks like you'll have to take out the generator on the other side.
I like that joke though.
Unless you take out the generator on the other side. Like I always say, when you're in mud, find some higher ground. There you go. Now blast that generator, Vault Hunter.
Yeah, I did that, but the game... I did what the game told me to, just slightly too quickly.
Suck on my big brother-sized balls, Vault Hunter. Run! He destroyed the bridge. What a schmendrick. Don't worry, there's another way to vault site, but it ain't gonna be easy.
What were we going for? It's a one of one, so I assume it's more impactful.
Haven't had anyone human to talk to for years. See, I crash landed decades ago. I've been marooned here ever since. I had to get real creative to survive here. You want to hear my secret? Get this. I'm really smart. I always say smart's good. Small's good too. You can fit in places. And ugly's the best. People don't want to look at you. Perfect for sneaking. And I do my share of sneaking. Since Malawan showed up, I've been nabbing tech and listening in on their echoes. Great products, but piss-poor security. If you're smart.
Hey, Vault Hunter. Bone says Pandora's shaking like an ice skag with fever dreams. No word from Tyrene, but we got your back, which is my preferred view of you, as you know.
So, Typhon, may I call you Typhon?
Once again, cringe.
Yeah, later. She died though.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yes.
Vault Hunter, if you get the chance, please get Typhon de Leon's autograph for me and a lock of his hair for research purposes.
Can't run, Vault Hunter. Well, you can, but I'll find you. My ship, to be clear, it's got great vantage. Its vantage is my greatest advantage.
Once again, like... half of these villains just kind of appear out of nowhere. You know, I know that that was also an issue in 2. But... it's, you know, just because the older game did it, doesn't mean that, you know, means that you don't have to improve. The entire point of making a sequel is to, yes, expand the universe and, you know, give fans what they want, but also, you know, chance to improve on the things that you maybe didn't do so great. Like the bosses being meaningless. You know, just completely random. But it just kind of feels like, oh, well, that one guy, you remember him from earlier? Well, here's his brother, and he's also evil, which means you should want to kill him, because evil is bad. It just... none of these villains don't even know if you can call them villains. They're just like,
Here, Vault Hunter. I'm gonna end you, for my name is Daniel Front.
so
This one's for my little brother Sammy. Trent.
I don't get why I should care about him. I don't get why I should care about most of the game, but, you know. It's also such a random location to have the boss fight. I genuinely didn't remember.
Cherry vanilla all the way, boyo.
That path will lead straight to the vault. That's where I hit the key. Don't worry, I'll stand guard outside the machine and keep the other keys safe. Now get your heroic keystone moving. We got a universe to save.
Yeah, I genuinely didn't realize that he was here. I completely forgot. And I still haven't used any of the action skills.
That's your ticket to the vault.
I've probably died more times than I've used them. Oh wait, hold on, I have picked up some stuff, haven't I? Yeah, I think that's just get headshots or cry, basically. I'm actually gonna have a look at some of these. So yeah, that's worse. Oh, that is a pretty big increase. Oh, but they're both amp shields, so they were good in Borderlands. Well, even then they weren't. The B was good. I liked that one, but yeah, no thanks. Especially in higher levels where you just had to have survivability. You had to focus survivability because if you don't, you get one shot by everything. Even if you do focus survivability, you still get one shot by most things. I do find these Guardians actually quite a good, design. Also, like most of the design and the like graphical stuff.
Typhon, how did you even find Necrodefeo? Yeah.
I just have no issue with it. It's good.
Everyone, except my wife Leda. She figured it out. After we got married on Pandora, we left to find Necrodefeo for our honeymoon. Well, we ended up crash landing. See, I put the ship on autopilot while we got busy. That's on me.
Sex. Do you get it? It's funny.
The link was kaput, but we didn't care. We were in love. Leda, she was whip smart. And smart with the whip. Boy, did that come in handy on our honeymoon.
It's another one.
Real action began.
Funny.
Skag on skag, key and hook, a double Calvin. 9 months later, well, there's only one thing in life that happens 9 months later.
It's just like
I mean, it's on fire. Oh, good, you found some heat vents. That'll be vital for my friend, because we claptraps run hot.
why is he talking about that? You know what I mean? It just doesn't fit the character. what, this guy that was like, oh no, she's dead. You know, quite a somber like tone, and then he's just like, haha, funny pee pee, haha, funny. It's just the writers just, you know, not everything has to be a joke, and I think that the DLCs, if I remember correctly, I think at least the Krieg one, which I will get into, I have thoughts on it. But I think at least that one, and probably also the Hammerlock one, I think that they're written a bit more, you know, with a bit more sincerity than this. It just, when I was in high school, in secondary, we had, I took media, and we had what I didn't know at the time, but was an exam piece, that was storyboard for a game. You just lay out the first, you know, you study openings of like AAA games and stuff like that, and you go like, here's how I would make my game opening. We are going the right way, right? No. We're going towards a mini boss that I'm fairly sure, which is also perfectly fine. Yeah, and I misheard the teacher. I thought he said we had to make it an 18 game. As in, like, you would be disqualified if you didn't make it 18 rated. The thing is, like, we were 15 at the time. And so I was like, oh, I know how to make it 18 rated. Let's just sex, penis, funny. And it feels like this is the same, where they're just like, they just want to remind you that this indeed is an 18 rated game. You are playing something for adults. You know that this isn't a children's game, because we have the funny sex joke 3 times in a single voice line. It just makes it even funnier. Is there nothing here? What? Well, I think I've just gone the wrong way. I hope. But yeah, it just feels so out of character. Or maybe I'm just misremembering the character, but you know, from what we've had established for us, he seems to be, you know, not very happy that his wife died. And so it just feels kind of strange. I think this is just from a quest, isn't it? I don't think this is an actual mini-boss, is it? Ugh. I've just come all this way for no reason, haven't I? Yep. Marvelous. Okay. I was just painting the map in. That's all. I knew where I was going. I did that the first time I was here as well. Sorry, how do I queue? I'm going there. We are going to go and see what that is. You sure there's no... Oh, fuck. Oh well. It was probably just a couple greens. It's alright, it wasn't a red chest. I didn't run by anything good. Let's fucking cope. I can jump in here, can't I? Ooh. Ooh. I can. I don't think I meant to. No, surely I am, because we're gonna come up here. Here's my custom waypoint, and we've got to jump over that waterfall, no? Yeah. Okay, once again, could possibly just be my graphics card. Oh, is this all we get? I ordered a mini boss. I will say one thing about, you know, I like the graphic design, yes, but the legendaries don't stand out that much, if we're being honest. I know, once again, they didn't really in 2 either, but once again, you're meant to improve in a sequel.
Drowned in an alien sea. What voided mysteries were his final sights? What dark songs of the deep his dirge? Oh, cool. It's a functioning parts dilute. Standard claptrap arms only have 35 degrees of movement. Not nearly enough for high fives, but with this fancy rotator module, we can slap clamp all day long.
I feel like there's something secret maybe there. We're going exploring. Oh, okay, maybe not. Oh, I might have just doomed myself. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I do like them, like, you know, normally overly meta writing is just a way to, you know, constant fourth wall breaks, it's just like eye roll. You know, Deadpool. But I like the ones from Hyperion. Because it's like, it does make sense, it is rather Jack-like. You know, it carries on that vibe of just like, evil corporation doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean? It's just nice to have, like, you know, acknowledging some of the things that people said about 2. I will also say, I hate that this thing on the it shows up on the minimap before it shows up in the chest. And it just kind of ruins it, for me at least. I just wish that they were actually synced.
One happy family. Then later, she died. And I had to raise the kids alone. I thought opening a vault would be the hardest thing I'd ever do. Was I wrong?
Wait, you've got kids, Typhon?
Yeah, 2 of them. The boy, he got sick all the time.
And that is where I said 100% he is their father.
Killing monsters, opening vaults, being a hero. They couldn't get enough. I filled their heads with all sorts of stories. Even told them about the Great Vault. That was a mistake. A story can be a dangerous thing in the wrong hands.
And that was where I was like, you know, I will smash my computer if he is not their father. Because it's, like, a completely unrelated game. Absolutely zero crossover between the 2, but Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity did the exact same thing, where they try to foreshadow something, but just end up spoiling it. And it's the same as that. You know, it was never foreshadowing. Ooh, maybe. You know, I wonder what that could mean. It was just like, oh, I bet he's their father. And we were right. The person that I was, you know, talking to about it, the person I played Borderlands 2 with originally, once again, said the exact same thing. He was like, yeah, I thought I bet he's their father as well. Because it's so obvious that that's what he's talking about. And there just, once again, is zero subtlety. I also hate that you can find them and not open them. Oh, where am I going? Up here.
Impossible, you picked the wrong battle.
But yeah, it was just such a... like, just so obvious what they were talking about. It's just like, oh, well, I guess I don't have to listen to the next, you know, few hours of dialogue, because I already know what's going to be said. It's like, even if you were just, like, playing this game casually, you would probably hear that line and think, oh, yeah, no, that's, you know, he's going to be their father. I mean, I wish it wasn't that obvious. I wish the game's writing was better. You know, obviously, as much as the man-child Randy does not deserve to be in charge of a corporation, you know, I don't want to see, especially from a franchise that, you know, I do somewhat care about, I don't want to see it have terrible writing. It's the same with Gates to Infinity. I would link to the incredibly long review that I did of it, text review, but yeah, that involves linking to a Reddit post, which yeah, I can't really do that for some reason. I just can't put my finger on why. I think this gun might be a bit strong.
Place fortified, but the only way to the vault is the elevator inside. So you're gonna have to send those puzzles packing.
I don't know, I think it might just be that I'm playing in normal mode, and not True Vault Hunter, and not, you know, any mayhem levels or anything like that. I think if I was playing in the harder modes, that maybe that gun wouldn't be as good, because there's no way they nerfed the OPQ system, and that still felt strong. That was, you know, carrying 10 levels above what it should be, and so surely it's you know, surely it's just because this mode is, you know, made to be easier.
I tell ya, must be something in the water. There's an elevator you can take up to the vault. I know how it works. Yep, there's your problem.
like I'm not sure if like I get it's, you know, meant to be a joke, but at the same time that, you know, convenient plot is you know, symptomatic of half of the problems with this game's writing. So it's like, yes, I know they're playing it off as a joke, but at the same time, you know, satire and stuff is only funny if you aren't doing the actual thing genuinely.
Yeah, the crystal. Offer it to that statue. Huh. Still not working. Right. Align the statues. Looks like Malawan rigged up some sort of device to turn them.
I don't get this part. Like, there's just so many unnecessary things like this. What, you're gonna make me walk all that distance? Can't you just...
Just take that elevator straight to the vault.
Is it just because you wanted to show off the...
Oh, almost forgot. See you later. We made it on the elevator.
the what's it stuff?
Right where you're standing.
Um,
So you made it.
yeah, once again, cringe.
Slow clap, 'cause you're slow. Always playing catch up, aren't ya? All that's left on that planet is dust and demons. Trust me.
Hurry, Vault Hunter. The key's just up ahead.
Isn't there a chest if you fall down here? No. Okay, once again, imagining things. What? Why would you do this? What is the point in that?
You're wasting your time. The destroyer's almost here, and when I consume it, I'm gonna be a god. I know you're listening, Dad. Are you proud of your little girl?
Tyrene? Starlight.
Oh, what? You weren't gonna tell them, were you, Dad? Oops. Well, Vault Thief, guess who taught us everything we needed to know to take this galaxy apart?
Yeah, it's not a very
Typhon de Leon, the first Vault
dramatic reveal, is it? We already knew it. Because your writing is so bad.
Your friend there killed him, so have fun with that.
Vault Hunter, the Guardians know you're here. Fight them off. We'll talk after.
It's a fair response, but at the same time, there's just nothing to it. There's nothing to talk about with that response.
The last to ever learn the Iridian language from one of their own. I have so many questions I should have asked them while I had the chance. Like why the Iridian term for homeworld also means first landing.
And then there's like all those things that there's no reward really for them. It's just like lore YouTubers can you know, can make 3-hour-long analyses on each of them. You know, what does this mean? What insanely complex writing did they have? You know, can we map pack game theory? Can we pull enough shit out of our ass to, you know, make a career on? Can we just lie just for, you know, hundreds of videos like he did? I have no idea why he's popular. Half of his stuff is just so vapid and just like complete non-content. I sit here on a house of glass, but you know, I'm not him. I don't have his following.
On my way!
I was trying to grab onto that, by the way. I've still got the rest of the grind playthrough to upload as well. God. My upload speed is so bad though, is the problem. It's not even worth the time to go and pick those up. Honestly, I wouldn't mind a flacker. I know it's not a Jacob's weapon. I know that I said that Jacob's the best and all that lot, and let's do a Jacob's Allegiance run, and here I am with a Torg, but at the same time, some of the Torg stuff like this is fun. I like big dumb explosion.
Reach the vault T money, but don't see the key.
You think I'd just leave the key lying around? I hid it. There's a weird-looking Iridian device over there. Activate it, and I'll join you.
What are you?
We'll have our talk.
No thanks. Yay, more dialogue.
Hate those things. Me and Leda beat that vault monster together. Let's go pay a visit. Come on, Vault Hunter. Not far now.
Well, I wonder, is it through this wall that,
Thing with Troy.
you know, I can already see as a fake wolf, the mini-map?
What's going on out there? Troy and Tyreen, my kids, well, they became monsters. No other way to say it. And you're a Vault Hunter. You kill monsters. Simple as that. Look, I'm not saying I'm glad my boy's dead, but at least he can't hurt people no more.
Typhon, why didn't you tell us the Calypsos were your children?
I wanted to, and I should have, but I couldn't find the words. How my kids ended up, that's on me. And I might have doomed the whole universe, but I can't let that be how my story ends.
It's a fair enough reason.
After their mother died, I was so scared I'd lose them too. So I kept them here.
I thought they'd be happy.
They kept staring up at that sky, full of stars they'd never reach. To me, this planet was enough. The reward at the end of my hunt. To them, it was just a cage.
Which, you know, it is giving a genuine backstory for. It's just a terrible one. You know, like, Jack's backstory was so much more fleshed out than just my dad kept me in place, now I kill world.
Not in her grave, Vault Hunter. The headstone. Ah. Guess I could have been clearer. I got it. Okay. Whew. That's done. Take the key.
What did he touch? It's a flat surface. Typhon.
Hi. Now to the vault. Like I said, me and Leda already killed the monster, but there's
Something you gotta see. When me and Leda first saw Troy and Tyreen's tattoos, we knew we had to protect them. Sirens! Whew. The rarest thing in the universe. And there were two of them right in our arms. The only way to keep them safe was to stay here forever. But that didn't work out so well. I might have been a first-rate adventurer, but I was a third-rate pops. If you don't raise your kids right, What kind of hero are you? Listen, what comes next, it ain't gonna be easy. We got one shot, but I gotta fix this for later.
You know, it's
Been avoiding this place a long time. So
it does genuinely feel like this part was, you know,
but I got something for you.
I don't want to say first, but you know, was one of the few, like one of the first things that they wrote.
Just joshing you. Here, have this. Give it a go, Vault Hunter. I've never been inside the machine, but I'm gonna guess we're gonna need all the firepower we can get our hands on. You check in with your people, I'll head to the machine. And hey, from one Vault Hunter to another, thanks. I just hope we still have time to fix things.
In order to access the Iridian machine, I will
Zero.
need that key. Bring it up to Sanctuary.
Zero. Expressive movement. Yeah, as I say, it feels like this was one of the first things that they wrote, where it's like, oh, we know what we're gonna do. Eden 6 feels like the last. Or at least it feels like they just... The Balex quest was last. Because they just shoved that in, it should not have been there. It's not good at all. We will never use this. Oh shit. Sorry, what? Oh, I can actually sell it. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I thought it was going to stop me. It does always just take up a slot, and it's never useful. Oh, that's an interesting. I'm gonna swap back to the shotgun then. I think we can also. Are you the highest? Yeah. What type are you? Stripper clip. Oh, that does not seem like a... Grenade chance up to 4%.
The Vault Hunter's back! Vault Hunter?
Shut up.
Lock of Titan's hair? Right, yes. Inappropriate timing.
And you.
Good job getting that key, killer.
She gets a pass because it's like, you know...
Ava, would you like to join me? How does it work? It's a feeling. Oh, gross. I always thought fried pickles. It worked. Here, Vault Hunter, all yours. So, how do we know this machine thing is gonna do what it's
Supposed to and not, like, blow up the whole universe. The machine has already worked once before, sealing the destroyer away inside Pandora millennia ago. If Tyreen leeches it, she may finally become a so-called god. Then again, what is a god but the most powerful being in the universe? Either this works, or we are all obliterated. You should go down there, Tannis. I don't know who else could get this thing working. Really? And work side by side with Typhon de Leon? If I must, Lilith, if I must.
You got this, Tannis. And I am totally not gonna snoop around your lab for Iridian stuff while you're gone.
That's a relief. Get geared up, Vault Hunter. Typhon at the machine.
I like Tannis. She's just like, you know, dumb enough that it's kind of funny. You know, she's in the middle of being written too much and bland, if that makes sense. You know, she's not too... It's not too much like her only character trait is, you know, like kind of autistic. Because there's more to her than that. But it's also like the character trait is, you know, actually played for somewhat interesting funnies.
See what this machine can do. Go ahead, put in the last volt.
Yeah, I already have.
Well, let's get to it. We got a universe to save.
Hey, Tannis, are you really not gonna say...
Wow, you're smart.
Bit of an understatement, don't you think?
Ha! And you know who you are. That's a rare thing in this universe.
I'm surprised she, you know, hasn't said anything about him being a catfish. I'm not sure if he is, because maybe it was just like a Hollywood effect where it's like,
This place could use some furniture. Nice divan.
oh, shut up, Zane.
Them Iridians never did anything small, did they? So I guess you do need a planet-sized machine to seal up an entire planet.
But you know what I mean? Why are you not saying more about him? There's a lot to say. Now remember this area being, I don't want to say a complete slog, but
No, seriously.
a complete slog, basically.
Sirens had some hand in constructing this machine.
You know what? You remind me of later.
Catch me, Vault Hunter. I swoon. If only I had a decade to study this machine.
You don't know. You don't move. The only thing that moves about you is your lips.
To start, I require the Pandora Vault key.
Yep, just stick it in your pocket and just kind of walk towards it.
Interesting. Now it seems we must offer the remaining keys to the Guardian statues. Then the machine will draw power from the vaults on those planets, closing Pandora. To the other statues, Vault Hunter. Quickly now.
This way. Next up, Promethea.
I mean, the thing is, like,
This place, but stay sharp. If I know the Iridians, there's sure to be some Guardians around.
there's chests everywhere. And that only means one thing.
Guardians! Let's take them out together!
What are you saying, Guardians? They hadn't spawned in when you said that. You're saying Guardians as though there was like a load of them in this room waiting for us, and they hadn't spawned in. You know, it's just small things like that which... You know, if only the small indie devs of Gearbox could afford some, you know, QA testers and more than like 2 hours for them to work in, you know, like in total. Maybe they could have caught things like that where it just doesn't exactly make sense. I will say I do like the Sorry, why are we leaving Tannis over there? I can't even see her.
The Promethea Vault has been activated.
I don't think she's there. I think she's despawned.
Stop. Eden 6. Paradise my hairy ass, but it does have its charm. I went skinny dipping in a saurian tar pit once. I was hairless for a month. Thinking I can crack it now.
Yeah, I do genuinely really like the design of this planet. Just like a lot of the machines and stuff are just actually kind of interesting. You know, whereas the Promethea was big city, Pandora is just desert area, Eden 6 is just the Hammerlock DLC all over again. Is there any other oh yeah, there's Athena, but I don't know. To form an opinion on the planet is longer than you spend there, so who cares? Is that all of them? I think it might be. I'm like genuine. I'm not doing a bit. I think that is all of them, right? And all of those three just have nothing on the design of this planet, which I know has been sort of established already. You know, it's not exactly original, it's following on from the is it, I think it's Borderlands 1 that sort of cemented Guardians, right? It was kind of in 2. It was definitely in the pre-sequel. I think that was the first actual enemy design of the Guardians, was the pre-sequel. But I think there was like hints of them in Borderlands 1. I don't know, because I've never played the game due to it running terribly on PC. Apparently it's just not worth even bothering on PC. Apparently it's better to get an emulator and run a game through an emulator rather than do the port, which says a lot. Yep. No, you bastard. I was gonna say, you can just like skip half of the, also this is the most obvious area, like, you know what I mean? That looks like a purple, I was just about to say. But yeah, that was the most obvious, like, oh, you can come over here if you want.
This way. Come on.
Well, I wonder if there's going to be any... Oh wow, look, there's a...
Cool trick, huh, Dad?
Yeah.
My new family.
Over here. We gotta hurry.
Why? What are they going to do? I mean, there's still what's it called stations, isn't there? New use stations. You know, it's not like I'm gonna die forever or anything, is it? There's no real need for me to hurry, and you know, let's be real, if Tyrene wanted to be here to do whatever, it would be a lot easier to teleport one you in than, I don't know, what's going to probably be, I think, several hundred by the end of this mission. Other people. If she wanted to be here now, she would be. And so, one thing that I kind of don't understand is, why do the Guardians fight both people? I mean, we are, we're interacting with their machinery. You know what I mean? We're doing what they, how do you phrase it? Like, we're activating this machine to save the universe. And so why are the Guardians fighting against us? I'm also fairly sure.
Power to steal Pandora. Keep going.
Last one, Vault Hunter. This way. Stay sharp. This way. Come on.
You do actually have to press jump there. But yeah, like, these guys are trying to, open the Great Vault. And so,
It's literally eat stars.
Not if I eat it first.
you know what I mean? Why are they trying to stop me? I can understand the COV, and I understand that mobbing section need mob, but surely they, like, there is an argument. Alien race, they can't understand what we're saying. We can't just tell them our intentions, but we've shown them our intentions, which is arguably stronger proof. We've shown that we have all the keys needed. We have the things needed to, seal the Great Vault forever, or whatever. We have the things needed to fix the problem, and are in the middle of fixing said problem. Why are the people that also want that exact problem fixed fighting us? I think that was phrased properly, I have no idea. You know what I mean? It's just like, what do you have against me? I'm on your side. You should be helping me, not the other way around.
Guess they mean to use both switches together. Old school classic. Right. End of the world. I'll focus.
I will say, I know it took a lot of restraint to not have a...
The fair statue's close. We gotta hurry.
Yours doesn't even look pressed in. I know it took a lot of self-restraint to not have a bit about, oh, I missed, sorry, haha. I bet that there's not, you can just wait and he'll do something similar to that.
You couldn't hit a cow's arse with a banjo.
because you just know that even if it's not there, they want it to. That is 100% the writing of this game. That is something that they would do. Wow, look at this hidden area that was really hidden and definitely not given away by the minimap. Ooh. Like, I genuinely wouldn't have thought to look behind there if it wasn't for the minimap. Admittedly, because I also kind of don't care about the loot in this game. I haven't felt like I need it. It would be kind of cool if they had a planet like this, like some old location that has, you know, never been seen for thousands of years, stuff like that, and they just didn't have any respawn stations on it. Because why would there be? It'd be funny if they committed to like a no-death planet and had it as like a, you know, a challenge, but something that fits within the lore, within the theme. Could be kind of cool, but I mean, the game has to be accessible for everyone because difficulty is oppression. You know, you can't possibly have difficult video games anymore. You know, they need to be absolutely everyone can play them, which is just like, I don't understand the design. I do not want to go back to the like N64 time where like game rentals and stuff were. I think it was N64 era at least. I don't know. I wasn't alive. Or if I was, I wasn't into gaming. I was, you know, too busy being breastfed and shit like that. But like that era where games were stupid hard, just so you couldn't beat them in one rental. You know, you had to rent them multiple times to get through them. Or you couldn't beat them in a demo. Stuff like that. I don't want to go back to those times, but I want to go back to times where, you know, there are difficulty settings that have more impact than just, oh, this setting means that everything has half health. So what is... I know I know I said that, oh, the design of this planet is quite good actually. But like, why is it so hard for us to get to these statues? You know, we're stopping a... You know, we're stopping this like massive... whatever you want to say, like, universe-eating monster is what we're stopping. Oh Christ, that was easy. But yeah, why is it so hard for us? Surely they want it to be easy, no? Taking everything because there's an ammo station right here, I think. will do the Cartel DLC, but just I don't think it was DLC. Mini update, whatever. Free DLC, whatever you want to call it.
The vaults are all connected, but it hasn't activated yet. Pandora is still opening.
Maybe it needs a siren's touch.
What should I shout? As the nihilist said on his deathbed, here goes nothing. Understand now.
Ooh, minus 60% weapon damage though.
Holy baloney! Would you look at that?
Tannis, you alright?
Yes! So much power! And I am the conduit!
Pandora's closing!
All right, it's working.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a stop to that.
COV incoming. Ava, keep them off Tannis.
Once again, why is Ava here? I know I've said it before, but
This is it.
this is a child.
End of the road, superfan! For you, anyway. When Troy and I were kids, we'd stare up at the night sky and dream of becoming stars. Brightest in the galaxy, Troy always said.
Like, I get, oh, she's a siren, she's gonna protect and blah blah blah, but
Went to Pandora to become vault hunters ourselves. We'd open the vault of vaults and become the biggest stars in the galaxy.
you know what I mean? Why do we bring this child with us? She doesn't have any meaningful combat
Not befitting a god.
combat experience either.
Every last star in the universe, one by one.
You know, we've been shown that
Till nothing shines.
she isn't very good at combat or anything like that. You know, she's a bit of an idiot. Stuff like that we've been shown. And so why would you bring her with you? She's not gonna help, and at best she's gonna not help, and at worst she's just a liability. Once again, this isn't like a day trip. This is quite serious stuff, you know, like stopping the end of the world is quite a, you know, a serious thing. And so I kind of just don't get why she's here. I don't get why she's here, just like in general, just in the game, but especially just being brought along.
Almost done. She's here. Hang on, Ava.
It just has so little impact.
Oh, this for me?
It just looks so goofy.
Done this before, Lil? I'm over it.
Hiya, Starlight.
Once again, Lilith should
Let you go once and see how that turned out.
she's exposed. You know, you're like right there. You know, you're a few steps away from her, just pew pew in the back of the head. Very, very easily.
I don't care. I'm gonna take what's mine.
I'm sorry, Starlight.
Like, Lilith, come on. Surely you can muster up a tiny amount of strength. you know, Tannis, 0 combat experience. Fully understand that. Lilith? Look, there she goes. She gets up as soon as she can no longer do anything.
Just promise
It's
me
gonna, it's
something.
so convenient.
Don't be the last Vault Hunters.
And especially, like, where's Zane during this? She was there, she was restrained. You could have done anything.
He's gone.
I could have just, like, pew 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 pew, even from here. Lilith was right next to her, with a gun in her hand. You just, like, boom. And that's it. You could have just, like, blown her brains out right there. I also don't know what this thing is. I did nothing during that cutscene. Everything there was Typhon, not me.
We're counting on you, Killer. The destroyer is ripping the planet apart. You have to stop Tyreen. Pandora's always been a hellhole. It's our hellhole, damn it.
Said with 0 emotion.
You are too close to Pandora. The Great Vault will continue to open. Let's worry about that when Tyreen is dead. One apocalypse at a time.
We're in orbit, BH. I got eyes on your fine ass from Sanctuary. Pandora's tearing itself a new one, and I ain't looking.
Once again.
Mega devil bit slow.
This is not in character for Ellie. I'm fairly sure it's, you know, universal. I'm fairly sure it doesn't change. I'm fairly sure she's not doing that just for Zane. Even if she was, there's nothing innately special about Zane. You know, we haven't been shown that, oh, Ellie has a crush on Zane specifically, because that would involve, you know, actual coding to make sure that it's only being played for Zane and blah blah blah, and would mean paying your voice actors a bit more, which obviously they're not going to do.
It is hate that never cools. It is the long shadow cast by our
And so they just kind of turned Ellie into a bit of a sex pest.
will never truly be contained.
I'm not saying Scoot was any better, but Ellie wasn't. You know, Ellie was the fat bitch with...
I'm not that kind of god.
You know what I mean? Like, proud of it. She was... not what she turned into in this game. And then you get this as the payoff.
This is it, Killer.
What, that thing's gonna eat stars? Just look at it, it's not. The destroyer is not this thing. We saw the destroyer in Borderlands 1. Even the one in Borderlands 1 was bigger than this.
That's your target.
I really enjoy.
There, that's your opening. Give her hell.
But once again, invulnerability phases. And this weapon is incredible. What level is this, sorry? Let me just check, 30. So, yeah, we're only 5 levels.
Now climb. There, that's your opening. Give her hell.
I remember the Flacker was so good for this fight, because it let you skip climbing up on her. I will say the amount of invulnerability faces and just the sheer disappointment from the visual design and everything else is definitely, out of even all the DLCs, this is the worst end boss. And I mean, Piston and the Badasaurus were not great, Neither was the what's it called? Jackenstein was also not very good. This isn't either.
There, that's your opening. Give her hell.
Yeah, she's already dead, Lilith. I'm pretty sure I spawned my house. My action skills that I just forgot. And then this is completely unearned and pointless. This is where the game devolves into literal Marvel tier. Lilith, do not kill yourself, especially not for some abhorrently cringe shit. If you're gonna kill yourself, please can you make it, you know, a worthwhile sacrifice, and can you have it be well written?
You did it, killer. She's gone. Whoa, would you look at that?
Also, yeah, the it looks a bit too much like water for me. But I mean, I don't know what else I would have done. So why is this the Vault of the Destroyer? It clearly isn't. This is not the Vault of the Destroyer, this is just a sub-vault, the same way that the one from Borderlands 2, all of the ones from Borderlands 2 were. They were just smaller vaults on the big one. This isn't the Vault of the Destroyer. You know, the Destroyer itself is, you know, factors. Like, this would dwarf the actual Destroyer. The absolute behemoth that was the end boss of Borderlands 1, you know, is like almost the size of this thing. And that was a minuscule fraction. Once again, the Destroyer is meant to be like planet-sized. I believe, all bigger. And so that's just not the Destroyer's vault.
Tyrene's dead! For real this time. She's not gonna come back, is she? Well, she died.
I don't know, she just disappeared.
Give it a hard maybe. You got your powers back. Feels good, right? Spent so long without them, I've almost gotten used to it. I'm not gonna lie, it does feel good.
Wow, let's have a really deserved and well-written ending. Also, I'm fairly sure her tattoos were blue in the previous cutscene. Yeah, why are they now blue?
Entirely. Great vault is still opening. Elpis is tearing Pandora apart. How do we stop it? Very simple. We can't. Not unless we know a way to remove the moon from the sky. And towards the fire. Sanctuary's yours.
Cringe.
Be ready.
Why? Tannis is a much more experienced person and should be in charge, if not the Vault Hunter himself.
What does Lilith think she's doing?
Tannis, you're one of the smartest, you are the smartest person in this entire game. You know what she's doing.
That could kill her. She knows.
Ava, shut the fuck up, Christ. This is like literal Marvel tier. Go on, where's the post-credits, you know, little scene? Oh well, look, hey, you remember these people, right? Why are they now on Pandora? None of those three were on Pandora before. Oh, that looks terrible. They're across the galaxy. They can't see. Neither can they. Why are they acting like this is something impactful that... What, has everyone just got like binoculars? Everyone just like looking up through a telescope. This, is, by the way, is an inhabited moon, and she has just burned down potentially millions of people's houses and killed them to graffiti on the moon, essentially. She just spray painted her logo on the moon and probably killed thousands at least. And the most predictable music that you could possibly ever have. It is nothing creative or, meaningful. The last two. The last two. 2 and pre-sequel had, decent music choices. It wasn't just a pop song that says "Girl on Fire" because Lilith, Fire Woman.
We are in Lilith's quarters, Vault Hunter. Please bring me the vault key you retrieved from Tyreen.
You did it! You followed my instructions exactly and saved Pandora! Alright, Ava wants to talk to you. She's in Lilith's room.
I don't know if I want to bother keeping them. I think if we're being honest, the 2 assault rifles that we have right now are always going to outclass. Yes. I will 100% keep that. That sounds good. Why aren't you behind the counter? I've just realised that. God, I don't have to, what's it called, do I? I don't have to replay the story to get into True Vault Hunter mode, do I? Haha. Funny. I'm just, like, this game can, like, cause someone to mature. You know what I mean? They can take someone from being childish to the complete opposite just by how forced and bad.
Maya, she used to tell me stories about Lilith when the 2 of them were fighting side by side. I miss them both.
Doesn't look like it, just from your facial expression. You know what I mean?
This chest is of Iridian design. I have no idea where she might have gotten it. No external mechanism on it, but perhaps I could phase shift it open. Ah, so I can. Peculiar.
That is one of the most satisfying things. Ooh, oh. I thought for a second there he'd given us a Maggie.
Using my enormous intellect, I have sussed out the purpose of the artifact
You discovered inside the vault. It is an advanced Guardian mind core. I've created a neural adapter that will link it up with the ship's fast travel system. Please do so now. simulations of alternate, more chaotic universes. At least I believe they were.
I'm not sure what that actually does. Oh, sorry, hold on, we do actually want Mayhem 11. Yeah.
Simulations. It's unclear, but don't be too concerned. Any paradoxes or reality leaks should either resolve themselves, or we will all be obliterated before we can feel too much pain. Sounds fun, doesn't it? I call it Mayhem Mode. I've integrated it into our onboard fast travel map, so you can use it whenever you feel the call of mayhem. Enjoy.
Attention, crew of Sanctuary.
Oh god, shut up, Balex.
Just saying, y'all ass. So show some respect. Ain't enough heroes in this galaxy.
We're sucking diesel now!
Okay, so that is the end of the main game. As I say, we are most definitely going to be carrying on doing some of the DLC. So I shall stop now, and I'm going to start with good old Marisa.